Good afternoon, Sarah here, aka the Business Fixer. So today we are talking about how to craft a marketing message that resonates with your ideal clients. We've recently been talking about things like the problem that you solve and the ideal client, and this is the next piece in the jigsaw puzzle. Ultimately, it's the bridge between what your business offers and what your clients need. Crafting a message that connects with your ideal clients, addresses their problems, and guides them to take action is crucial to business success. But the thing is, it's not about a clever slogan. It requires a deep understanding of who your clients are, what they need, and how your business can provide the solution. Can you now see how all of these pieces are the jigsaw puzzle? So the things that you've previously worked on in terms of your ideal client and the problem that you solve will tie into you crafting your marketing message. So we're going to today be exploring the key principles of creating that compelling marketing message. And we're going to use as an example, an accountancy practice. So as you guys may well have seen in terms of my my social media, I was at ProfitCon last week, which is an event where majority of the people in the room are accountants and bookkeepers, and accountants are just one of the industry sectors that I work with in terms of with the business coaching. So first of all, let's talk about the importance of a strong marketing message. It's the foundation of all of your communication with your potential clients. Whether it's promoting your business through social media, whether it's emails or on your website, the message needs to be consistent and clear. Excuse the fact that if you can hear a phone ringing in the background, today I'm actually on client site. So if potential clients don't immediately understand what you offer and how it benefits them, then you're just going to move on to someone else that does exactly what you do. And it may even be a case of the fact that the service that they offer could even be a lesser service than what you do. But because their message is more clear, they're going to go with them, right? So ultimately, you need to make sure your message not only highlights the value of your services, but you also are connecting with your ideal client on an emotional and practical level. So you've got to be talking about the emotional and practical struggles that your clients are facing them, giving them a reason to trust you and to ultimately take action with you. So let's start going through what the key components are. So number one, defining your ideal client. So as we talked about, we've already covered this in great depth, but this is where you're going to refer back to your notes when you have created your ideal client avatar and looking at all the pains, etc., because you'll utilize this. So ultimately, as I've talked about before, your ideal client is the personal business that will gain the most from your products or services. They have specific needs, challenges, and goals that you are uniquely positioned to meet. So you're going to need to look at who are they. So are they a small business owner, entrepreneur, or large corporation? Now, using the accountancy example, what are their challenges? Do they struggle with managing cash flow, handling unexpected bills, or not fully understanding their financial position? Now, what do they want to achieve? So this is the goals, the results that they want. So again, using the accountancy example, are they looking to scale their business, increase profitability, and gain a clearer understanding of their numbers? Or are they particularly wanting to focus on around the cash flow and tax implications? Ultimately, your marketing message should be written with the ideal client in mind, using language that speaks directly to their experiences and expectations. The more specific you can be in identifying who your message is for, the more targeted and effective your communication will be. Now, let's talk about number two. In terms of the second component, identifying the problem you solve and the internal struggle. Now that you understand who your ideal client is, we've done that work before, and we've started to look at the problem that you solved previously. Now it's time to look at what the problems they face, both externally and internally. It's not simply enough to address the surface level issue. Now, this is one of the key things that I see so many businesses making the mistake of when they're doing their marketing, is that they talk about the surface level. Even last week at ProfitCon, when the sales guy was talking, one of the questions he asked is, what is the problem that you're solving? And somebody said tax returns. Now, tax return isn't actually really the real problem. That is a very much a surface level, but in reality, actually, it goes even deeper in terms of, it's about really understanding their numbers and how much tax is actually due, not the process of having that tax return prepared. But say, for example, again, using this accountancy practice, they may face the external challenge such as the clients receiving unexpected bills or struggling to manage their cash flow, as I said, in terms of knowing what their tax is. But ultimately, what is the internal result? So if the business owner doesn't get control of the numbers, what is the potential risk? The risk is more than financial strain. They may be forced to close the doors if cash flow issues spiral out of control. How does that then make them feel? This is the real crux of it. This is the internal problem. Ultimately, your marketing message needs to be tapping into the internal problem. It's the emotional. People connect based on emotions, right? So, for example, they may well have this intense fear of not knowing where the next financial hurdle will come from, or the constant stress and anxiety of feeling that they're one step away from financial disaster. They might even have this frustration of not fully understanding their financial position and feeling overwhelmed, leading to sleepless nights, crippling self-doubt, and even fear of losing their business entirely. Now, can you now see, in terms of the problem that you're solving, you are looking at that deep emotional level. So ultimately, you look at the external problem first. What is the practical challenge they're facing? But the real crux of the marketing message in terms of the problem you solve is the internal. How does that challenge make them feel? Are they anxious, frustrated, or unsure of themselves? By addressing these severe internal problems, your marketing message connects on a more personal level. It shows that you understand what they're going through beyond the practical challenge. Your client may be struggling with crippling fear, feeling overwhelmed, or dreading the worst case scenario. Acknowledging those intense emotions allows you to position yourself as the trusted guide that can not only solve their external issues, but also provide relief for their internal struggles. So what's the next piece of the jigsaw? Number 3, positioning your business as the solution. Once you've identified both the external and internal problems your ideal client faces, you now need to position your business as the solution. It's important to show how your expertise, services, and support can alleviate both those practical and emotional burdens. So, for example, going back to the accountancy practice example, instead of simply saying, we manage your cash flow, you could say, we work with you to ensure your cash flow is predictable, providing peace of mind and helping you avoid financial surprises. You'll regain control of your finances and focus on growing your business. Can you now see how its positioning is talking about the results? It's how that you are alleviating that external and internal problem. So it's understanding that you not only understand the technical aspect of their issue, but also the emotional relief that you can provide by addressing their fears and frustrations. Step number 4. Mapping out a clear path to success. Clients need to see a clear path forward. Once they understand that you can solve their problem, they need to know exactly what steps to take. A clear and simple plan is essential to give them the confidence to move forward with you. So going back to the accountancy practice example, step 1 would be booking an initial consultation to assess your financial situation and identify potential issues. Step number 2 would be that you would provide them a tailored financial strategy to manage cash flow, reduce tax liabilities, and prevent financial surprises. Then the key thing is then step number 3, which would be you would help them implement the strategy and starting to see improvements in cash flow, stability, and profitability. By showing the clear steps they need to follow, you reduce the uncertainty and make the process feel manageable. Clients are far more likely to engage when they feel confident about what happens next. What you also need to consider, which is in step number 5, is you need to have a strong call to action, right? Once you've shown how you can help them, you need to guide them to the next step, whether that's booking a call, purchasing a product, or signing up for a service. Now, the thing is so many people that I see on their websites, etc., their social media posts, their call to actions are so vague, like contact us for more information. Instead, you need to use strong action-orientated language that tells them exactly what to do and this is the really important bit, what they'll gain by taking that step. So, for example, book a free consultation today and discover how we can help you manage your finances and grow your business. Can you see the difference? You're talking about the result. By making that call to action easy to follow, you remove any barriers for them to be able to engage. Number 6, addressing the cost of not taking action. This is really, really important. Ultimately, your clients are going to be more motivated to act when they understand both the emotional and practical consequences of not addressing their problems. If they don't take action, how will their situation get worse? How will they continue to, will they continue to experience the same stress, frustration, or financial instability? So again, going back to the accountancy equation, if you continue to ignore your financial management, not only could you feel more overwhelmed and stressed, but your business could face severe practical consequences like cash flow shortages, penalties for non-compliance, or even the potential loss of your business. This then creates a sense of urgency, encouraging clients to act before they reach that breaking point. Number 7. This is the final step in the jigsaw. Finally, you paint a picture of what success looks like for your client. So once they work with you, what are the positive changes they'll experience? What you need to do is help them visualize the transformation that will occur by working with you. So again, going back to the accountancy practice example, imagine having complete control over your finances, knowing that your cash flow is steady, your tax obligations are met, and there are no more financial surprises. You'll have the peace of mind to focus on growing your business, because ultimately that's what business owners want to do. They want to focus on growing their business. They don't want to be worrying about these other little bits and pieces which are imperative to the success of a business. So the power of creating a client-focused message is ultimately it's got to speak directly to your ideal client's needs, desires, and problems. By positioning your business as a solution to those problems, you create a message that resonates deeply and inspires action. But remember, you need to keep your message simple and free of jargon language. Clarity builds trust, and trust is what leads to conversion. So, ultimately, crafting a marketing message that resonates with your audience is essential for business success. By focusing on your clients' challenges and positioning yourself as a solution, you can create a clear, compelling message that cuts through the noise. Now, if you are not clear in terms of your marketing message, if you're not clear in terms of your ideal client, the problem that you're solving on any of those aspects, and you need help, then one way in which I can help you is through a Power Hour coaching session. It's literally an hour or two with me that is a one-off, and we can really power through and get this particular aspect nailed, and it will make a big difference in terms of the marketing going forward. So if you would like to book in a Power Hour coaching session with me, all I just need you to do is write in the comments power. Now, I hope you found today's live useful, and of course I will be back again next week. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, please do put any questions you have in the chat, or of course send me a DM. Thanks guys for listening, and see you all soon.